Hello everyone, my name is Anita and this is my sewing channel, Sewing Yogi. Welcome along. And firstly, I'd like to apologise for not being around for the past 3 weeks. I think it's about 3 weeks. I haven't uploaded anything. There are a few reasons for that. First one, I got ill last week. I got an awful cold and luckily, thankfully, it wasn't COVID. I did do 2 COVID tests and they were negative. So it was just a sore throat, a chesty cough, and blocked sinuses, all that kind of stuff you get with a cold. But it's the first cold I've had for quite some time because obviously being in lockdown, we haven't been going out socialising and we haven't been ill. And now I've started to go out again, I got ill. So there you go. It's a good thing we're staying indoors, I think. There's a good reason to stay away from people. I'm only joking. Yes, so, and then the week before that, I had a whole week of cleaning the house. I decided to clean everything that needed a good deep clean. So I obviously have been doing surface cleaning, but not the deep cleaning of getting it into all the cupboards, all the corners, skirting boards, getting up on the ladders, dusting all the light fittings and all that kind of stuff. It was all the rubbish jobs. And it took me a whole week. It did take me a whole week because the house is quite a big house. It's called Victorian house. And there are very high ceilings in this house. So yeah, it took a lot of getting up and down the step ladders. But thankfully it's done, although it's starting to look a bit messy again. It doesn't last long, does it? So yeah, that's why I don't do cleaning. I can't be bothered. It just gets dirty again. So anyway, I've also been doing a bit of painting in the house because obviously we are still renovating the house. It's taken a long time. We've been in this house for about 6 years now and I'm still doing it up because it's just boring. I don't like doing DIY, and so I've been painting our bedroom. I have been painting the furniture that I think I showed you quite some time ago now, that I bought some old antique furniture. I have been painting that. One of them is done. I just need to find some new handles for the drawers. So yeah, once it's all done, I will show you what it looks like after I've done it. I don't want to show you halfway through because it is, like literally one wall is painted and the wall isn't. One wall's half painted. I'm sort of a bit, I get bored quickly. So yeah, I'll show you when it's fully done. Thought today I'll just come on and say hello, tell you what I've been doing, and try and get back into it again. I am going to be honest with you about my my situation in life. It's something that I suppose I've, my friends and my family know about. I suffered with quite severe depression when I was younger, and off and on it sometimes comes back. I don't think when you have issues with mental health that it completely goes altogether, and it's a case of managing it. And I have learnt skills, I have learnt ways of managing those episodes I have in my life. And from time to time they will come back. And in the past couple of weeks I had a bad slump, I suppose, or a bad downward spiral appearing, and I see the signs now. I see when it's approaching, and so I can nip it in the bud. So it takes me, I'd say it depends on how deeply I'm starting to slip, but sometimes it will take me a few days to get back on track, and sometimes it takes a little bit longer. This one took me just a little bit longer to get back on track. So I thought I would explain that to you all, just in case I do disappear. I don't want you all to think, oh no, what's happened to her? I go through these periods of time in my life where I will slip into these sort of downward spiral. And I have to go through a different process. I've learned how to manage this myself. I've learned how to do this from learning techniques and developing my own skills, from being able to see the signs, put things in place for me to get better. And as I say, sometimes it takes me a while, other times, sometimes it doesn't take very long at all. But yeah, I thought I'd just let you know about that part of me, because obviously I tell my students this as well. It's not something I hide from anyone, because we all suffer with these episodes in our lives. Mine was was something I've had all my whole life. I think I've always had it from when I was very young, when I was a very young child. I've always suffered with anxiety, and as I got older towards teenage years, that turned into depression. But all the experiences I've been through in my life are amazing blessings in some way, and you have to look at them as blessings because you're constantly learning, and I'm developing all these skills that I now use to help other people. Yeah, I don't want to go on about it too much, but I thought I'd let you know that about me. We're all human beings at the end of the day, and we all have issues, we all have challenges in life. And for me, I do things like going out in nature. My running is a major important thing for me. Running is really helpful. My yoga practice. I have amazing friends who I talk to. I have, my family members that I can speak to. All of those people help me get through what I need to get through. Other things as well, small things like treating myself to, this is going to sound a bit stupid, but we're all a bit obsessed with buying fabric, but actually buying a bit of fabric does actually help me. Because it's the potential of what you're going to create from that fabric. So it's not essentially just buying something for the superficial sense of buying something, sparking off your imagination about how you're going to create something from that fabric. And for me, that's what healing is about. Healing is about stimulating the parts within you that fire up your heart center, with that ignite passion within you, that brings out that feeling of love. The more we can focus on love, then the more likely we are to heal and feel better. Simple, in theory, but it works in practice. So yeah, that's what I do anyway. I shall stop going on and on and on and on now, because I've probably talked for ages. And I have been doing a bit of sewing, so I'll show you what I've been getting up to on the old sewing front. Now, first one that I'm really chuffed with, that I've just literally finished a couple of seconds ago before starting this, is my Closet Core poof. It's a bit heavy and it's not quite full. I thought it would be filled with all the scraps I had, but there's still room in there, so I'm quite pleased. I'm going to still be able to get some more in here. I'll show you if I can lift it. Feeling a bit weak still after my illness. Ugh. Okay, so here it is. It's not quite full. You can see there's still bits that need pushing out, but there you go. There is my Closet Core poof, which I'm really happy with. I think it's really, really good. I love the fact that it has that lovely design on the inside, on the top, sorry. I'm really happy with the fabric. It's actually much easier to sew than I thought it was going to be. It is quite thick fabric, so I did wonder whether my machine would actually get over some of these seams, especially the centre seam here, which was quite, thick and bulky. But the way you put it together, actually, it doesn't work out too bad. So if you did want to use a really thick upholstery fabric, it does work. You do have to do a bit of trimming. I'd say the actual cutting out of that takes much longer than sewing it together. Sewing it together was actually really easy and quick, but the cutting out was really hard going. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I'm really happy. And it doesn't take very much fabric at all. I think I'd got about 2 meters of fabric and it's barely touched the fabric. I think it's about a meter. I think it does say in the pattern actually it's only about a meter of fabric you need. So it doesn't take as much as you think. I'm really pleased with it. So that will go downstairs and I will just keep shoving in more scraps when I have them. I'm pleased there's some more room in there. I've actually made the drawstring brag for inside, so it does tell you on the Closet Core instructions that you can make a drawstring bag to go inside, so that when your scraps are all in the poof and you want to wash it, you can just pull out the bag instead of having to dig out all your scraps, which can be a bit messy. So I just followed their tutorial on their website of how to do the drawstring bag. It's quite an easy, simple one. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it, really happy. So that's going to go downstairs for me tonight, and I'm going to put my feet on that and have my own leg support because my husband steals the other one. So yeah, that's one thing that I've got sewn up, which I'm really happy about. Now I'm still in the process of making this one, and I'm umming and ahhing of whether to finish it now. I think I probably will finish it, and I will probably give it to someone else. My husband's not getting it. So I've made the Mimi G shirt, men's shirt that she has on her own patterns. It's a lovely pattern, I think. I really liked the way it's gone together. I haven't quite finished it, so you put the sleeves in, but you don't sew the side seams up yet. It's, you know, you kind of put in the arms in on the flat, so it's a lot easier to do that. It's all gone together really nicely. Now, I would say the instructions for this are not great. I would say if you're a beginner sewer, I wouldn't even bother trying to sew this one because the instructions are not very clear. And there's lots of things that you have to do in between, I think, some of the steps to make it look good. So there's no finishing of any seams. There's no guidance on how to trim seams, to, you know, how to get a nice, perfect, crisp collar, how to, you know, the instructions to put the collar together were vague. I've worked that out myself. Yeah, so I didn't actually feel making this one. And I'm glad I didn't now, because it's kind of turned out to be a bit of a disaster, because when I made the twirl, I didn't twirl the collar, and I've got to this stage where I've made pretty much most of it. So collar, the front button band is on. The only things that needs to be finished are the side seams, hemming the sleeves, putting on the pocket, obviously buttons, hemming the bottom. There is a little arm tab that goes on this as well, so you can fold it up, and it looks quite nice. So there's obviously some things that still need to be done. I need to top stitch the the sleeves at the top there. My husband tried this on what I've got here after putting all that lovely collar in and stitching it in. He doesn't like the collar. He thinks the collar's too big. Thinks it's a bit 70s. Now I you know, I'm not a man, so as far as shirts go, I thought it looked quite nice, but he doesn't like it. So I did feel like throwing it in the bin, to be honest. But I'm really annoyed because I really liked the fabric, and he himself said he really likes the fabric. He just doesn't like the collar. He thought that I could somehow, you know, readjust his collar, and I was like, no, that's not happening. I've sewn all this in strategically, you know, with precise technique. I can't think of the word, but you know what I mean. I've trimmed all the seams down inside of there just to make sure it sits nice and flat. You know, the front part here, to get that to sit nicely, I've trimmed all that down. I've actually hand stitched that in so it looks nice on the inside as well as on the outside. Top stitched it all down. Everything has been top stitched. There's no way that that is getting unpicked and readjusted. So this is a waste of time. Complete waste of my time. You know, I'm trying to look at it as in a positive, that it was an experience doing this, and someone else is going to have a really nice shirt. So I've got a few people in my mind who I'm going to ask who may be able to fit into this shirt. Obviously it won't be perfect fit because it's been made for my husband, but I have a few people that may be quite happy and grateful to have this shirt, And if not, then I'll just take it to the charity shop. Some needy person out there that's, I'm thinking in my mind that there's probably some, like, I know, a young man out there that needs a job, hasn't quite got enough money to go and buy himself a shirt, so goes to charity shop, sees this, wears it, and gets the job. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. I've got a whole fantasy going on in my mind to make myself feel better about this shirt. Anyway, that's that one done. And so I also should say I am wearing the Sew Over It penny dress today. I love this dress. It's a fantastic dress. It has an elasticated waist, buttons down the front, and a lovely little collar. The sleeves are just literally turned over, and you have lovely sort of gathering on the shoulder here. And yeah, it's a really lovely floaty skirt. So yeah, you can see the penny dress is just a lovely dress you can wear in the summer, in the daytime. It's really comfortable. It's got a lovely skirt on this. It's really lovely and floaty. I think I made the size 10, and I think I made it too big, so I did have to take that in quite a lot of the side seams. I think I did anyway, I can't really remember, but yeah. So yeah, it's a lovely dress, really nice for the summer. I can't remember how the sleeves are done, but that's the only thing that bugs me about the sleeve, is that it kind of sticks up a little bit at the end. And I mean, this is a viscose, so if you used a firmer fabric, that would probably be more obvious. But apart from that, I really love this dress. Really beautiful dress. I will make another at some point, but I'm really happy with this. I love the fabric as well. These flowers on here, really nice. So that's all I've been doing. I have finished off the dress previously that I was making, and I'm going to show you that dress in my July makes. I haven't filmed that yet. I'm going to film that and put that up now I'm feeling better. I think I'm going to try next was to get those trousers. I've been saying I'm going to get those palazzo pants done. I want to get those sewn up. I'm determined to get those done. I really want to get those sewn up. I have purchased a few patterns, one being the Tilly and the Buttons Sky Dress. I think it's called Sky Dress. If I'm wrong, I'll write it along the bottom. However, the weather here in the UK has gone so rubbish, and it doesn't look like it's ever going to cheer up ever again. There doesn't seem to be any sun coming out at all in the near future. They keep saying that we're going to get another heat wave. I'm not believing it. I'm not convinced. So I'm now actually thinking about making winter clothes. I'm thinking about making a coat. I'm thinking about trousers and jeans, and yeah, I'm not bothered by making anything else summery now. I'm really just thinking leave it till next year. I think I bought some other patterns, but I can't really remember off the top of my head what I purchased. I have a bit of a flurry where I just go a bit mad on PDFs, but the thing with PDFs, because you don't actually have anything physical, they tend to just go on the laptop, and then I just forget about them. And then suddenly, like months later, I realise, oh yeah, I bought that pattern, forgot about that. So I had some really nice uplifting news last week or the week before. No, it was about 2 weeks ago, because I think, yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago, just before I was ill, that I have been asked by Minerva. They've asked me to be one of their brand ambassadors, and I was absolutely thrilled, because I really didn't think that I would ever get the chance to do anything like that, to be honest. I've seen other people do it and thought it was how lovely to be able to make things and also just be given fabric. Essentially, you're given fabric, and of course it's in return for reviewing the fabric and whatever pattern that you've done. But in my eyes, I love sewing. I'm just going to continue sewing, so it's not a chore for me. So I'm happy to do that. So I've said yes to that, and so in the next coming couple of weeks, or maybe in a month, I will show you what I'm going to make with the fabric that they are going to send me. They have told me that I am going to get the fabric I've chosen, which is lovely. And I'm going to make something from that fabric. But yeah, I was really thrilled and over the moon that they even thought that I was worthy of being someone who could be a brand ambassador. You know, it's quite a big deal for me. I think that's a really lovely thing to be asked to do something so lovely. Yeah, and it's probably actually one of the nicest things that's ever happened to me. Obviously, I've had lots of other nice things happen to me in my life, but not anything sewing wise. This is really, yeah, I'm thrilled, to be honest. So yeah, that's all I've got to chat about, I think, today. And it's just literally to come on here as well and say hello. I haven't forgotten about you all. I've missed you all so much. I feel like actually the longer I wasn't filming, the more I was starting to feel nervous about filming again. I think the longer times you have where you're not filming, you get out of the habit of doing it. And so I thought today I'll just come on and say hello, tell you what I've been doing, and try and get back into it again. So thank you so very much. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog today. And sorry it was a short one, but I will bring you my July makes. I hope to see you very soon, and yeah, if you've liked the vlog, please give me the thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'm really very grateful to everyone who has pressed that subscribe button. You know, it means more to me than you probably possibly know. You know, it's just amazing. Thank you very much, and I hope you all have an amazing day, amazing weekends. Look after yourselves, and sending you all love and light. Bye!